This is a video for how to create number 18 for your 20 ISOs online project. The first step we are going to do is we are going to create this plate on the bottom. We're going to create something that goes back the full depth. So let's count our width. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Our height's going to be 2, and our depth will be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 8 by 2 by 5. Let's go back to our menu here, English Standard IPT, and we're going to say create. And I want to use my primitives. Once again, if you don't have primitives up here, you can just right click and go down to show panels, and you'll see a box that says primitives right here. And all I have to do is make sure that box is checked. So we're going to go to box, click on XY plane, click on your origin, 8, tab 2, enter, and then 5, enter. And we'll have for ourselves the plate that's on the bottom of this object. Now, there's multiple ways we can go about creating this object. Obviously, there's different things that you can do. I like to teach you different methods as we go through and use Inventor so you understand all the different ways that you can go about accomplishing something in this program. So we're going to go ahead and cut out this little block right here, and it's 1 deep by 4 wide. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to show you kind of a different way to go about doing this. So we're going to click on our pencil and click on the top of the object. And right here on the front, I just want you to grab a hold of your 2-point rectangle, and we're going to draw for ourselves a rectangle like this. Don't pay any attention at all to the dimensions. Just make sure that your rectangle goes outside the object. And we're going to go back to our object. And what is the location dimensions on the basis of existing geometry? So this vertical line right here comes in 1, 2 from the left. Let's click on dimension. And we're going to click on our edge over here to the edge of here. And we're going to come down and we're going to put in a distance of 2. From the left in, that's 2. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come over here. We're going to say from here to here. And we're going to drag down. And instead of hitting the number 2, we're going to bring our mouse over here. And you're going to see this little hand that looks like it's tapping somebody on the shoulder. And you're going to click on that. And that's always going to be whatever the 4th dimension was. That's what D4 means. And I hit my check mark. Now what's neat about that is if you're like, man, I totally screwed this up, I could double click on that 2 and say, actually, you know what, that's 0.5. And I hit enter, and the other side automatically adjusts with it. Now we know that that's not 0.5. And I could just hit 2 here. I could highlight, but I can click on this little arrow, and it remembers the last 4 dimensions I placed. So I'm just going to click on 2 and hit my check mark, and now we're back into here. So let's go back. Now the distance from the front of the object back is a distance of 1. I'm going to click on dimension, click on the front of my object, click on this line. Sorry about that. Click on dimension. Let's go on this line first. I'm going to click on that line. I'm going to drag over, and I'm going to put in a distance of 1 and hit enter. You're going to notice now I have this perfectly lined up. I have 0.2, I have 2 from over here, I have 2, 2, and 1. Now if I come in here and I try to dimension this, you're going to see that 4 show up, but when I click, it's going to say you've over-constrained the sketch. I've already told the full width to be 8 when we made the original plate. And I say 2 and 2. Obviously this is 4, so I'm going to say cancel. Go to Finish Sketch, go to Extrude, and we're going to click inside our square, and we're going to go to Cut, and where it says Distance, we're going to go to All and say OK. And we're going to cut that all the way through. That's one of the ways to go about placing a geometric shape like a rectangle on an object and defining its relationship to the object by existing geometry. Coming back here, we're going to fill it off these corners. So this is our center point. We can see that plus. The radius is 1 here and 1 here, so the radius is 1 on both sides. We're going to go fill it. Highlight our point 125. We're going to put in 1. Remember, when you fill it off something, you always want to click on the corner that is going away. That corner is going away, and that corner is going away. See how it gives you the little kind of preview of what's being taken off? You can do that. You say OK. Now what we want to do is we want to come into here. We're going to build this vertical member here, this thing that goes up. Now obviously it does go the full width. I go 8 by 2. I go 8 by 2. I go 8 by 2. The total height is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 by 2 by 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's go back to here. I'm going to go click on my pencil and let's click on the top of our object. And this will be pretty easy because I'm really just going to click on my 2-point rectangle, click in this corner, and I'm going to hit 8, tab 2, and hit enter. Let's go to Finish Sketch. And let's go to Extrude. We're going to highlight that and put in 8. It's one of the ways we can go about doing this. So we're going to go back to our sketch. The radius here is our center point. The radius is 1, 2, 3, 4. Same way up, 1, 2, 3, 4. So our radius for our fillet is going to be 4. We're going to click on fillet, highlight the 1, hit 4. What corners are going away? This corner is going away, and that corner is going away. And we say OK. Notice we made these kind of construction lines up, and you click on what is going to be removed. We have a hole to make that is concentric to our top arc. The diameter of the hole is 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's in the center. Let's go back to here. Let's go to hole. Let's click on linear and go down to concentric. The plane is this surface. The concentric reference is this arc. The diameter is 4, and it goes all the way through, and we say OK. And just like that, you are done with number 18 for your 20 ISOs project. Remember, we went a little bit of a different way to go about making this. There are other, let's say, probably more efficient ways you could have gone about doing this, but I wanted to make sure I talked to you about dimensioning to existing geometry, and also went over with you how to fill it and do some concentric circles and some concentric holes. So that has been how to create number 18 for your 20 ISOs project.